Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So I am getting ready to do my meal prepping for this week, and I'm going to show you what I'm making for my meals. But before I get to that, just want to talk to you a little bit about the eating plan that I'm currently following. So I've tweaked things just a little bit. I've gotten to the point where I feel like, following the ketovore, carnivore style of eating for so long has really done wonders to heal my body and a lot of the issues that I have had over the years. But my goal now, I'm really focused on fat loss. Because I do still have some belly fat that I'm struggling to lose. I know a lot of you out there have the same frustrations. Just trying to figure out what are the macros that I should be doing. Some people will tell you eat really high fat and not so much protein. And then some people tell you, you shouldn't eat so much fat if you want to lose fat. You should just focus on protein. I have done a lot of experimenting with both ideas, and I just continue to struggle with trying to find the right eating plan to help me reach my goal of losing my belly fat. And so where I'm at right now, and over the last week, I just started following this particular plan. Over the last week, it's been working really, really well for me. I have been feeling so good. I have been checking my glucose and my ketones every morning, and I have been in ketosis every day over the last week. And I've just been feeling amazing. And I have been focusing on protein. But the thing is, this is really weird for me, but I have stopped counting calories. I have stopped counting my macros. Which is really weird for me because I have always obsessed about the numbers and counting the numbers. And so what I'm doing now is I went back to something I did many, many years ago, like 10 years ago. I'm using portion control containers to help me measure my food, and I'm following a plan that basically focuses on protein and low carb veggies, and then just a little bit of healthy fat each day. And it's been working for me. Even with I've been doing like 6 servings of protein a day. And even with all of that protein, I am still in ketosis every day. And so I'm just going to keep going with it. And I feel like this plan would work really, really well for someone out there who really wants to try keto, but is afraid of eating all of the fat, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are very resistant to trying this way of eating because keto is known as a high fat diet, and it's just in our heads that we're not supposed to eat fat, and so a lot of people struggle with that. I feel like this plan is perfect for someone who is wanting to try keto but is a little hesitant about the high fat thing. This has been working really well for me. And there, you hear some people out there, some keto people will tell you that, so the whole thing with eating fat, if you have, this is kind of what I'm following with this plan right now. If you have fat on your body that you want to lose, then you don't necessarily need to eat high fat. Your body, when you're not eating carbs, your body is going to use fat for energy. But if you have fat on your body that you need to burn off, then you want to use that for your fuel. And so that is the belief behind, when some people say you should eat less fat if you're trying to lose fat. I don't know. There's just a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of people that don't agree with that. It's just really, really hard. And what I have just decided is you can't really follow what anybody says. You just have to figure out what works for you. And so that's what I am doing. I've been eating the high fat thing for a long time. And even though it makes me feel really good to eat high fat, I am not losing the body fat that I'm wanting to lose. So that's where I'm at right now. I am focusing on protein, lean protein, and then just low carb veggies. And that's another thing for me, is for the longest time I've avoided vegetables because I have IBS, and I've always had so many issues, like just digestive issues when I eat vegetables. And so I've been educating myself a little bit on the low FODMAP vegetables and portions that you can tolerate when you have IBS. And so I've been focusing on eating the vegetables that are considered low FODMAP. And it's been going well. I haven't really had a lot of digestive issues over the last week, which I was scared to start adding in all of those vegetables again. And I love vegetables. And so it's been hard for me to not eat them. But now that I'm eating them again, I missed salads so much, and I'm eating salads again. And I don't know, I just feel so good. So I'm rolling with this. So basically, my ideal plan for someone, I guess, who is wanting to do keto, doesn't want to eat all the fat, for breakfast, I'm focusing on like eggs and vegetables, like eggs and a low carb veggie, and low FODMAP, of course. And then my lunches they tend to be salads, which I love. And then dinner, some type of lean protein with some type of low carb veggie. So that's where I'm at right now. That's my current plan, and I'm loving it right now. I'm loving that I can eat salads again. I can eat vegetables. It gives me more variety in my diet. I was getting really bored with eating just meat and eggs all the time, even though I love them. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to make for my meal prep is I'm going to make my breakfast. So this is another thing that has been a little bit different for me, is I generally for a long time have tried to do intermittent fasting, where, I fast through breakfast and then just eat lunch and dinner. And I've been not doing that. I've been eating breakfast, and which makes me very happy because I don't really enjoy fasting anyway. So I'm going to make my breakfast, and that is going to basically be eggs, egg whites, and some low carb vegetables. And so I chose some chopped up peppers and zucchini. And so zucchini is low FODMAP. I generally do not have any issues with zucchini at all. I'm experimenting with peppers, and what I have learned is that green peppers are considered a little bit higher FODMAP. But then when you have like the red and orange and yellow peppers, they're considered low FODMAP if you eat them in moderation. So I'm just mixing together some peppers and zucchini. And I also feel like if I cook the peppers, I tend to tolerate them better than if I eat them raw. So I'm gonna cook up my veggies, and then I'm gonna mix in my eggs and my egg whites, and then put them into portion containers. Okay, so here's my peppers and my zucchini. I'm just gonna cook them up. I am also going to season them with this chili lime seasoning from Redmond's Real Salt. I love this stuff. This is like one of my favorite flavors of seasonings, and I've kind of been using it on everything lately just because it is so, so yummy. And I do have a discount link saved in my link tree for this. Or you can use my discount code is just my first name, Stacy, Stacy. Okay, and then I'm also going to put just some regular salt in there too, because I love to salt my food. And when you're following keto, you kind of need extra salt. You can see I've got my Halloween stuff out because it is currently October, and I love, love, love Halloween. Okay, so while my veggies are cooking, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix together some eggs and some egg whites. I really am loving using the liquid egg whites. They give you extra protein, and then just without the extra fat. So we're doing both. Okay, so my veggies are cooked up pretty good now. So I am just going to dump my egg and my egg white mixture in there and cook that all up. And then I'll just be able to dish it out into my containers. All right, I have got my eggs and my veggies all cooked up. I've got a big pan here. This is enough for a full 5 days of breakfast. I know that some people get a little weird about eating leftovers and having leftovers for that many days. I'm not weird about it. I would rather have 5 days of food in my fridge so that I don't have to worry about it during the week. So just, you know, if you want to just do maybe 3 days of food and then re-prep again middle week, then, you know, whatever works for you. But this is what works for me. I just like to do a full 5 days and then I don't have to worry about what my meals are going to be. Okay, so I need to buy new food storage containers. All I have is the plastic stuff. I know it's not good for you. I know you're not supposed to use plastic food containers. So I have like a whole shelf in my storage room full of jars. So I have been using jars for pretty much anything I can. So I'm going to dish the egg mixture into these jars, and I'm hoping that a serving will fit in one of these jars. I don't know. There's a lot of food there because of all the egg whites and the veggies and everything. So I guess we'll just see. I'm hoping I can fit a serving into one of these. Otherwise, I might have to go grab a few more jars, but we'll see. All right, that worked out pretty well. So I've got 5 jars for my breakfast for the week. So perfect. Okay, the next thing I'm going to work on is going to be probably my dinners for the week. Going to be very simple: protein, low carb veggies. I have a couple pounds, or I guess a couple packages. I'm not really sure how much it is, but I've got this ground turkey from Costco that I'm going to cook. And then for the veggies with that, I have some green beans that I'm going to cook. These are considered low FODMAP, and I love green beans. The other thing, this is a real experiment because I have not had this in a very long time, but I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna cook up some broccoli. Now, what I have read is that the florets, this part of the broccoli is considered low FODMAP. The stalk part is considered high FODMAP. I think that is bizarre. I think that's very, very bizarre. But anyway, I got the florets to test out the theory, thinking maybe I can eat broccoli again. So I'm a little scared about it, but we're gonna give it a try. Okay, so I'm cooking up my ground turkey, and I just wanted to show you something that I always do when I am cooking ground meat, whether it's ground beef or ground turkey or whatever. I like to add broth to it because it just makes it a little bit more juicy, gives it a little bit of extra flavor. And so I added some of this chicken broth to my ground turkey, and I'm just gonna cook it up in that, and it just makes it taste even a little bit better. And here I go again with my seasonings. So this is the organic seasoned salt from Redmond's Real Salt. And I mean, I love their seasonings. They're just really clean ingredients and they taste really, really good. So I'm just gonna season that up a little bit. Okay, so I've got my turkey is done cooking. I've heated up the veggies. Now I am just going to dish them all out into the servings that I want into some more glass jars. I'm going to do 2 servings of ground turkey into each jar, and then 1 serving of a vegetable. And I did go through and cut more of the stalks off of the broccoli because I'm really nervous about trying that. And then I'm going to put, when I get everything in there, then I'm going to put a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in there so that I have my healthy fat for the day. So I've got everything sitting here, and I will just put it all together. Okay, the last thing I need to do for my meal prep today is I'm going to make some salad jars. So it's gonna be a little kind of weird because for one thing, I only have 4 jars left. So I had to get this very weird jar that has a handle on it. I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough veggies to even do 5 jars. Anyway, I didn't go to the store, so I'm just kind of going with what I have in the fridge, and I don't know how many jars I'm going to be able to make, but I have a package of some lettuce that I'm going to chop up before it goes bad. I have 1 cucumber. That's it, 1. I've eaten all the other ones. I am obsessed with cucumbers right now. I love them. They're really good. They add volume to my meal, and they do not cause me any like digestive issues whatsoever. I don't have any tomatoes. And like I said, I haven't been to the store. I didn't want to go to the store today. So I dug through the cupboards, and I feel like this is very weird, but since I don't have any tomatoes, I'm just gonna go with, I have a couple cans of diced tomatoes. I am going to drain these, mix it in with my cucumber, and that's going to be the base for my salad. I don't know if like I said, I don't know how many jars I'm going to be able to do, but we'll see. I'm going to put just a little bit of cheese in each jar, and then my protein is going to be chicken breast, just the canned chicken, because it's super easy. So you're gonna chop up some veggies and get it all ready to measure out and fill my jars and see how many jars I end up with. Okay, I've got everything chopped and drained and everything's ready to put my salad jars together. So the key to doing a salad jar and still be able to keep it fresh is that you want to put your wettest ingredients at the very bottom. So if you're going to include a salad dressing, anything that's really wet goes on the very bottom. And then you kind of gradually add things that are less wet, kind of the more dry ingredients towards the top. And then you want your lettuce to be the last thing you put in, and if you can help it at all, you don't want that to be touching anything that's super wet. So my plan is I'm gonna do the veggies first. I'm not putting salad dressing in my jars because I never really know which salad dressing I wanna use. So I'm gonna put the veggies in first. It's a little weird because I'm using the canned tomatoes and they're super, like, it's just very wet, but normally I would use real tomatoes and chop them up, but I'm just going with it. So I'm gonna do the veggies first, and then I'm going to add the chicken, and then I'm gonna put the cheese, and then the lettuce will go in last. So it's just time to build the jars now. All right, so I ended up having enough to do 4 salad jars. So, and that's actually okay because that'll get me through Thursday for lunches, and then Friday will be the last day of the week, and I might actually just eat one of my, like one of these jars, my dinner jars, for lunch, and then just figure out something else for my dinner on Friday. So it actually works out just fine that I was only able to do 4 salad jars. So the other thing that I wanted to touch on real quick is my salad dressings. So I recently discovered these salad dressings that are so good. They're from Walden Farms. Like this one is French dressing, and they're amazing. I mean, okay, they don't taste like regular salad dressing, of course, but it gives you a little flavor, and it's zero everything. It is 0 calories, 0 fat. It's like, it says less than 1 gram of net carbs. It's, you know, looking at the ingredients, it's pretty clean ingredients. It's made with vinegars, herbs, spices, just it's not any nasty stuff. So I'm really excited about it. And I found this bundle. It's a 5-pack. So there's French dressing, there's a Caesar dressing, honey Dijon, Thousand Island, and balsamic vinaigrette. And they're all good. They're just so good. So I do have a link to this bundle saved in my link tree. And if you just go to my link tree and go into my shop, and there is a section for food, like all of my favorite foods. And so I have a link saved in there for those salad dressings. They're really good. Okay, that's it for my meal prep session. The only thing that I did not include in the meal prep session was I still have 1 more serving of protein that I can add each day. And I just kind of left that open because it's gonna be whatever I'm in the mood for. It's gonna kind of be like a snack. It could be, you know, a serving of Greek yogurt, or it could be another serving of some kind of a meat, or it could be eggs. It could be, I have some smoked salmon in the fridge that I recently got at Costco, and I love that. So it could be a serving of that. It could be like a serving of tuna, like just whatever I'm in the mood for. So I didn't actually include that as part of my prep. But anyway, that is my meal prep session for today, and it's gonna be a pretty good week. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, and if you wanna see more like this, hit the subscribe button.